What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have 5 things that make Dutch neighborhoods amazing from an American living in the Netherlands. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get right to it.
So one thing that always trips me out when I go back and visit the States has to be the neighborhoods, aka the suburbs. And this is especially true when you live in a place like the Netherlands, because I'm not even gonna lie, the neighborhoods in the Netherlands are so. Plus, low-key, high-key, I think suburbs, I think they promote loneliness. I'm just super sad. That's a whole
I gotta hear
nother
this.
video. And now there are so many things that you could say about the neighborhoods in the Netherlands, but I'ma just give out a few of my favorite ones because look, let's be real, y'all ain't got all day. But no, seriously though, there are just so many things that I love about the neighborhoods here in the Netherlands, especially coming from the States. One of the first things being just having coffee shops inside actual neighborhoods. And now, don't get me wrong, there aren't like coffee shops just on every corner or in every nook of the neighborhood. They're not. I'm gonna just be real. It's not that many, but it is enough. And not that it makes a huge difference. Matter of fact, this is one big thing that I really wish that Americans would adopt outside of like New York. But all across America, basically due to these dumb zoning laws, they are not allowed to legally have like businesses in neighborhoods, which is a bit weird because they offer so many benefits. And one of the biggest ones being that you'll get to actually know people that live in your neighborhood. It creates this whole vibe that's completely different than living in an American suburb. And not only that, but it also just makes the neighborhood feel safe. Something like a coffee shop makes a big difference in a neighborhood. But the thing with coffee shops is it hits different because it brings people together in a different way, because people go, sit down, have coffee, have tea. Something about a coffee shop that's kind of like gezelligheid, you know what I mean? Because you're sitting down having a warm drink. Like, you can also, a lot of them serve wine too as well. So you could just legit just chill. Matter of fact, we're coming up on one of my favorite coffee shops, Claif. Now look, pimping, I don't care nobody say Claif got the best cappuccino. Actually, maybe not the best. I'm still trying to figure out which place is best, but they up there. Like, look, they are Claif, you up there.
Claif, you up there.
And now while I wait for my cappuccino, I do want to talk about the next one. And that's
I feel like it would be cool to like have businesses in neighborhoods. I feel like that would be pretty dope, to be honest. But when it comes to like the suburbs and American neighborhoods, depending on the neighborhood, I do really like American neighborhoods. Like I don't know. It's, but I feel like businesses will promote that sense of community, right? You going in, you got all your neighbors and people in that same neighborhood that you're gonna meet people and you're gonna make friends, and I mean that does promote community when you think about it. So yeah, businesses in neighborhoods would be pretty cool. I think that'd be absolutely positive.
kind of something I've already hinted at, and that would have to be grocery stores right in the middle of neighborhoods. Let me fix the camera a bit. I don't know what's going on with the camera. Look, man, I cannot stress enough how much of a game changer this is and how much of a game changer this could be in the States. You know what, matter of fact, let me just show you. Okay, you see this? Look, I just walked to the nearest Albert Heijn. I Googled it, typed it in, and walked here, and look, this is it. It's right in the middle of a neighborhood. So houses, flats, right smack in the middle. And look, we're not even in the center. This is just in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Somebody lived right up there. I mean, now, is it the big one? No. But come on, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the U.S. is missing. And I'm trying to mention this because I've seen so many comments referencing like, well, New York is like this and downtown's like this of this area. No, this ain't downtown. This is a
This ain't
neighborhood. This is like a suburb. See, that's what I mean, man. Look, I cannot tell you. That was just one neighborhood, but I've been seeing them just random walks. I will just see random grocery stores in like suburb areas of Harlem. And now, there's not an Albert Heijn in this neighborhood, but there is a Decamart, which is another grocery store right in the middle of the neighborhood. And the same thing for like a lot of areas in the Netherlands. Now, it is not perfect because I have noticed that the Netherlands could do a little bit better too. Because side note, I do think they could double up on the grocery stores. I'm just super saying, it's good to have some rather than none. Because look, I do personally think that car life ain't it. People are not built for car life. I'ma just go ahead and super say it, man. And then not everybody wants to live in downtown or midtown. Not everybody wants that life. But the crazy thing is that it doesn't stop there. I mean, there's so many boutiques, hair salons, nail shops. Like the list just goes on, and they're right in the middle of the neighborhood. And now, is it perfect? No. But I'm telling you, when you go to the States and you go to some of these suburbs, like I remember my last apartment that I lived in Atlanta, for example, I had to drive 15, 20 minutes just to get to like a Kroger or a Publix, and then 40 minutes to go to a Walmart. Like it's like insane. And most of America is like this. Like I'm telling you, outside of these downtown areas and like big cities, legit, hands down, having grocery stores and shops right in your neighborhood is a huge game changer. But the states can't have it because their zoning laws are terrible and don't make any sense. But yeah, this is a common thing in the Netherlands neighborhoods. I mean, look, I don't work for National Geographic or nothing, but they're basically everywhere. Not really everywhere, but they're around. And now, quick side note, I feel
like I like the idea. I just think it'd be very difficult to implement here in the U.S. when it comes to like, we don't have that walking culture. We don't have that biking culture. And so if you put a grocery store in the middle of a neighborhood, you're going to have plenty of parking. And that's going to take away from the neighborhood. It's also going to add more traffic to the neighborhood, which if you're in the suburbs, nobody likes more traffic. So that's also going to take away from that suburb or neighborhood. But if we had that kind of Dutch biking culture, that Dutch walking culture, like this idea would be absolutely awesome. But because of the way that America is built and the way that America is, I just think it's a very, very difficult idea to implement in the United States. Because there's some days like I don't even like want to go to the grocery because it's just too many people. It's too busy. It's too packed. It gets frustrating sometimes. So anytime I can go to like, because in my neighborhood, it doesn't take me 15, 20. It takes me like 5 minutes to get to the nearest Walmart, to get to Publix, to get to a Costco, to get to like, there's multiple grocery stores where it takes me like 5 minutes driving and I'll be there. I know it's not like that. And I've only lived in small towns my entire life. But yeah, like we have a big Walmart supermarket. It's got everything. But then you got your little neighborhood Walmarts, smaller markets. I always go to the neighborhood ones because they're smaller. It's less people. I don't want to go to the big ones. There's too many people for me. I don't like being around. I get overwhelmed being around too many people. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, I just think it'd be hard to implement in the U.S. I do like the idea.
Cappuccino, I already started it. My bad. But look, I do got y'all. Go ahead and get down that cookie. Go ahead. There we go. Go ahead. Actually, they don't have the waffle cookie today. Man, that waffle cookie be on point. Gotta put my gloves back on, man, before we go out and venture in these neighborhoods. Look at that old Porsche Carrera.
That's nice.
See you? And look, just for reference, if you pay attention, Clafe is right here. Someone lives right there. Somebody lives right there. And then these are also other houses down here too as well. Come on, boss. Because legit, this is like in a lot of neighborhoods. Like, I'm just super saying, like, you will see this a lot. But anyway, man, one of the next things that I would have to say, because we're coming up to it right now, I would have to say something else that are in Dutch neighborhoods that you'll see a lot is just random green spaces. Like, I mean, like big green spaces. Sometimes they're big.
I like that.
Well, no, most of the times they're big. Sometimes they're small. but you will see green spaces for like just for kids and for people to get out, because people like to be outside here. And I think this is very important. But I've also noticed there's a common thing to everything that you'll see in neighborhoods here. And you know what? That theme we will get to later. But look at this. So this is also in the middle of the neighborhood, right next to that green space back there where, you know, everyone goes out, sit down, kids are playing. This right here, I believe, I don't want to say old folks home, I forget the term for it, but it is like a old folks home right here.
Okay.
And it is gorgeous. Like, holy cow. I've seen a bunch of these like old folks homes in these neighborhoods. Again, in the middle of the neighborhood. Like, look at this place. That's it right nice. There. Look how nice that place looks. And it's right
very nice.
in the middle of a neighborhood, you know, right? Has also right near the green spaces, near the parks where the kids play. Also right near the park this way.
I love
also,
that. I love
parks that way. Like, it's unreal. And I've seen this a lot in neighborhoods where the old folks homes are just, they're like integrated right in the neighborhood. So you won't even know what it is. It looks like a luxury apartment almost. Versus in the States, a lot of green space and old folks homes are isolated. Like, it is the strangest thing. Yeah. And it's funny, me and my friend were actually talking about this the other day, where it seems like in the States, once you get a certain age, you're basically forgotten, basically. And I've noticed it's the complete opposite here. Same with veterans, same with it's I don't know how to explain this, but it's definitely not the same here. Because just like the green spaces, old folks' homes are just, I mean, they're common, but they're not forgotten about, and they're integrated into the community. Which brings me to the big thing, where with these green spaces, with these old folks' homes, all integrated into one, you get a good sense of community because it's integrated into the neighborhood. Everything is integrated into neighborhoods, into living, into being outside, into being together. Yeah. And if you come down this way, look, me and my kids actually used to come and play here too as well, because we used to live a little bit closer this way than where we live now. But yeah, you have the little green space, but all of these places, these are all flats and houses. People live in them. And then you come this way, and it's just this gorgeous view of the water on that side, as well as this side, but then turn facing this way, and you also have a whole nother neighborhood. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it is just unreal. Yeah. How well these neighborhoods are designed. And yeah, I think that the whole community and sense of togetherness is an amazing thing. And look, I'm not gonna lie. Look, let me zoom in. I love it. And now something else that I really enjoy seeing in the Netherlands.
I would say I definitely love that. Like, that's an amazing idea. Integrating old folks' homes and more green spaces. Green spaces, I feel like, very important. It lets all those kids in that same neighborhood, in that same community, go out and play together, play with each other. And it's very easy to make friends with the other kids in the neighborhood. Like, that is super dope. That is super nice. As a kid, you want to make friends. You want people to you can go play with. Like, yeah, in my childhood, bro, we were outside. Like, we go to the park. Luckily, where I lived, it was right down the street, so I did ride the bike to the park all the time, and the whole squad would be up at the park, and we'd go have a good time. But some people don't live close to parks. Some people live a distance away from parks, and they can't. And then the old folks' homes. I think I really love that, just be integrated right in the neighborhood, because I feel like once your parents hit a certain age, if you can't tend to them at your own home, putting them in the old folks' home that is integrated into the neighborhood, it is so amazing, because you can still go and see them every single day. You can go visit them, make sure everything's good, make sure they're okay, they're enjoying everything. And it's not like you're having to go out of your way and work. You're so busy at work that you can't make the time to go out of your way and go see your parents today. Or maybe you want the kids to get to hang out with the grandparents. Well, old folks' home integrated right in the neighborhood. They can walk and go see their grandparents on daily. Like, that to me is super amazing. Like, shout out to the Dutch. I think that part I probably love the most, integrating old folks' homes into neighborhoods.
These neighborhoods would have to be the little bundles of joy in like the windows. Now, I don't see this in Europe. At first I thought it was a European thing when I mentioned it before, but when I traveled, I didn't see nothing. And basically what I'm talking about is people putting decorations or things in the window just for people to look like, I mean, obviously you're not staring in people's
Yeah.
houses, so I
Yeah.
can't really, obviously I'm not gonna show y'all. But there's these little decorations that people put in windows, like it could be Legos, it could be cars, trucks, motorcycles, like it's all these kind of different things. And these things are so nice to see because it just brings that, it brings that extra sauce
Yeah.
to these neighborhoods. And it also gives the neighborhoods as well as the house a little bit of personality. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really, really nice to see. So if you do come to the Netherlands, be on the lookout for it because you will see it. Just walk by. Now don't walk by a house and then be in the window like that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But just walk by and just give it a quick glance and see what your neighbors have on the windows or what these businesses have in the windows. And it could be, sometimes it's plants also too, but it's really cool to see like these huge like Lego pieces or these huge like houses just in the windows. Or you can also see the Dutch houses that you'll see. Sometimes you'll see those in the window too as well. You'll see scooters, you'll see bikes, and you'll just see so many of these little decorations. And when you see them, you just cannot help but be like, dang, this is nice. I need to put something in my window. Spread the love, man. Spread the love. You know what, overall,
Yeah, I wouldn't know about stuff in the windows. That's just, I guess, a Dutch culture thing. Here, you don't really want people looking in your window, so that's just different cultures. I have to kind of see, like, experience that and see how it is in the Netherlands, and kind of see how I feel about it in a sense.
I have to say, I really, really like the way neighborhoods are structured here. I mean, from the amazing greenery in just the random pockets of the neighborhood to random grocery stores. I mean, even cafes like within the neighborhood. Like, I love it all. And if I'm keeping it like 1,000 with y'all, I would love to see America like implement some of the way neighborhoods are structured. I would love to see this like in the States, but I'll be honest, I know it's not gonna happen. And if it does, it's gonna be a minute, but I would love to see it. And I think Americans will benefit from it so much. Matter of fact, I bet money with just little things here and there added, like a coffee shop in the neighborhood, a grocery store on the corner, or just random stuff. Bet money America would start feeling a lot safer. Overall, man, I love my hood, man. Like, I love it. And now, quick side note, just a heads up, I am shooting this earlier in the day only because I try not to shoot like kids and stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, I decided to go ahead and shoot earlier in the day. That way the neighborhoods are a little bit emptier and I don't have to like zigzag across the street to stay away from people.
I feel that.
So that's why it looks a little bit quiet, because I'm shooting early in the day. That way I know no one's outside. Oh man, not for nothing. It's chilly, but that sun is poking out. Look at that. Holy cow. Wow. I mean, I hope it stays for a little bit. Because man, my hands are cold.
I feel like I do like the things that are in the Dutch neighborhoods, and I do wish that some things could be implemented here in the U.S. I will say the one thing that I do prefer here in the U.S. is like in the suburbs in these neighborhoods. I do like enjoy the idea of like having your own kind of personal front yard, personal backyard, your own personal space. In the neighborhoods that he was walking through, it was very connected to where you got those green spaces, but you don't really have like your own yard. You don't, and so I personally like the idea of having just your own yard where you can, because I want to put like a basketball goal out front of my house, and I want to be able to go out there, hoop in the backyard, put up my own like little playground, or it's just certain things that I want to have with the space inside of my own space. But that will be the only thing. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see y'all next time.